Oh, Carlo, how you feeling
Ricky,
after game one?
I'm feeling good. I
Yeah,
am very excited to see what Arizona State outclassed Calgary in game one. We saw impressive displays from both teams, but Arizona State was more impressive. That's not to say Calgary played poorly, but Arizona State just played it exceptionally well. Calgary played a fine game of Dota, but Arizona State was on. They were all on the same page. They worked very well together. And I'm excited about game two, not just because I want to see that level of play, that confidence and camaraderie again, is because I want to know how you draft in a game after that. You are strolling into game two, chin to the sky, like you're feeling good. You can do whatever you want. So I want to know what Arizona does. Do they keep it simple, or do they start getting a little wild here?
yeah. I'm kind of wondering the same thing, but then we just see these identical bans, right? Weaver and Undying banned out immediately. But if you're ASU, I mean, why not get a little experimental? If
Oh yeah.
if you're feeling so confident, you have a third game. You can always try new things, see how it goes. But this is CSL. There is technically money on the line, so maybe they'll take it a little safer.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see what they do now. Axe is banned out. We saw a lot of Axe. That hero applies a ton of pressure. It looks like the first banned heroes are reserved for heroes that the team doesn't want to play against, regardless of who they're playing as. They're not really targeting like a strategy, so to speak. Like they're banning heroes that are maybe very mobile or very split pushy. They're just banning heroes that are they don't want to play against, and it looks specifically like heroes they don't want to play against in lane, regardless of what they pick. Actually,
Yeah,
ASU is going to reserve time in the banning phase, in the first phase of the bans.
yeah, that's a little interesting. Maybe. Well, they
The
just do the
Axe? No,
necro anyway.
I thought Axe threw him off, but no, just go Necro.
For a
Okay,
second,
first
I
pick,
was
Calgary
like, is
Dinos.
this deja vu? Am I watching game one all over again? But, I guess this is what teams are doing. They just ban out the same three heroes they don't want to play against, and then they pick elsewhere. So, I'm pretty sure we're watching last game all over again.
Okay, okay.
But Dinos do steal the Ogre Magi from
They
ASU.
won. I wonder if that's going to be the Truck Waffle hero.
Yeah, who knows? It's a strong
I
hero.
loved it. I loved it. Just like I didn't like Tiny last week. The Ogre was okay last week. This week I'm loving Tiny and I'm loving Ogre. Or rather, not this week. Today.
Yeah.
That game was 2 days ago. Time flies when I'm with you. And what can I say?
Yeah, it'll be
Now, what was the
interesting.
ASU first pick?
Yeah, I was gonna say it'll be interesting what ASU does now because maybe their first pick is now gone. Maybe they go for a cheeky strategy like second, third pick like here. But
Did they go Vengeful Lena? Maybe
yeah, I don't
steal
know.
it. They're going to reserve time again. They've been outdrafted.
Maybe they're sitting there like talking about potentially doing some weird stuff, having some
Hmm.
fun with the game. Who knows?
They are getting messed up. Okay, I like this. Calgary Dino is coming back with a vengeance. Okay, here we go. First pick. Hello. That's a
Centaur.
Ricky hero. Ooh, a double pick here. The Crystal Maiden. I love Crystal Maiden. You love Centaur. We gotta love these first base picks from
Yep,
Arizona.
I agree. I mean, both
Now,
these heroes are really strong.
you talk to me about Centaur. Tell
Centaur,
me about.
super obnoxious to deal with in lane. Currently, he's probably one of the best scaling offlaners in the game. I don't think there's currently anyone, in my opinion, other than maybe Axe, who transitions as heavily into the mid and late game as Centaur does. He offers a ton for your team. He does a ton of damage in every phase of the game, and he's very obnoxious to deal with. So, great
Yeah,
pick,
he's
great hero.
he's just a very safe pick. And in Crystal Maiden, she helps everyone win their lane. She offers a lot of harass. She is strictly a spell hero. She never wants to engage in auto attacks, and when her spells are on cooldown, she doesn't want to be there. She's a backlining hero, but when her spells are up, they are deadly. Not only can she harass heroes, she can secure last hits. She can farm the jungle if your lane is dominating to make sure she's still getting farm. And while she's farming the jungle, she still benefits not only her lane, she benefits every lane because of her crystal
The
her
arcane
arcane
aura.
aura.
Yeah.
And now that's going to allow Centaur to his double edge costs health, not mana, but he's going to be able to use his hoof stomp more
Yep.
often, which is a very long duration stun.
Yeah, and
Um,
Calgary taking a page out of Arizona's book here goes with the Ogre Phoenix first phase. This is exactly what we saw Arizona go with last game.
that's hard to deal with. It's very hard to fight
Yeah.
in the laning.
I will
Now
say
Ogre,
the Phoenix last game was a little lacking to me as far as like impact, but it might have just been overshadowed because of how far ahead ASU was that a lot of times your Phoenix in the mid game is like this hero who's super impactful in fights because your cores might not be online. But for ASU, their cores were online at 12 minutes. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's really
Very
weird.
quick.
Radiant team
Well, we might see a
battle.
quick game from the Dinos with these battlers, Ogre and Phoenix. Now, Ogre is good against Crystal Maiden. Ogre has such a high life health pool and high HP regen that he kind of doesn't really care if Crystal Maiden is harassing him. He's just drains all of CM's mana by being able to just regen back up from her spell harass.
10 seconds
Um,
remaining.
and it's kind of a win
Dire
for Ogre if
team
CM's the
battle.
one casting spells on Ogre rather than on the core. Um, CM versus Phoenix, though, CM can pull Phoenix out of Icarus Dive with Frostbite, which is kind of convenient if CM's quick enough. And CM does have a cast range talent at level 10, which will help out with that.
Dire team pick.
Overall, though, I guess Centaur wouldn't be a support. I was going to say the support's matchup. It seems like in favor of Arizona, but obviously only one support is being revealed.
So interesting bans here. Calgary Dinos respect ban the puck, and then ASU takes the tiny away from Calgary because they know how good Ogre Tiny is, right? That's the only times we've seen Tiny be super impactful so far in CSL is when he has that Bloodlust bonus. So I think smart bans by both teams.
I love and hate the puck ban. I want to see that puck again, but I understand. Don't let that man play the hero again.
Yeah, clearly
Please.
PMA Dota knows how to play the hero, and maybe that's fine. Maybe he's got other heroes up his sleeve that he's just as good at playing. So I'm definitely going to be keeping my eyes on that mid laner from ASU.
For sure. ASU is going very low into very deep into the reserve time.
Yeah.
There's
a lot left.
Well, they still have a support pick, so that should be pretty simple. What support would you like against an Ogre and a Phoenix so far? Is anything jumping out at you?
Not really. I think both of them are pretty strong. Shadow Shaman, I would say probably might be one of the
frontliner from Centaur.
Yeah.
But might want something that pairs well with the CM. I could maybe something ranged to help deal with the egg. Oh, and a panda's actually picked. Is this a support Centaur?
I don't think so.
So they're gonna run a core Centaur, core panda. Both normally position 3 heroes.
Maybe this is a mid Brewmaster.
It could be. I would love to see after puck. I would love to see what PMA can do on a Brewmaster. Not traditionally picked mid. More of a fight disruptor than
like a farming core, really.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's bad. If the hero does get ahead, he can be very dangerous.
And it is a finesse hero with a high skill cap. Seeing someone like PMA Dota on it, we can see like what PMA Dota pulls off with his hero might be more than what Calgary is expecting. There's Viper. Viper crushed last Monday in the hands of RIT. I loved watching Viper play. Normally, I hate this hero when it's in my game. I think it's slow, it's annoying, but watching it, man, it plays its role. It's such a difficult hero to deal with. Strong laner, strong fighter.
Yeah, I'm a little bit confused by that pick. There's not really a great hero that he matches up against. Like, ideally, yes, Viper is good against melee heroes, right? Because he just gets to harass them. But Centaur and Brew are both high armor, high regen, and don't really have a very important ability to break.
Not only that, Centaur has a very important ability to break now. When Viper uses Viper Strike, well, Centaur can use Stampede.
Yeah.
And Viper's just wasted his ult.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I 100% agree with the Viper pick.
10 seconds remaining.
But we'll see. Terrorblade, always good. This is a very, very, very good Terrorblade game.
Yeah. Terrorblade, Viper is a single target hero, and Terrorblade is an illusion hero. Therefore, Terrorblade, it makes a lot of sense against Viper. Terrorblade also doesn't have to worry about getting kited because during fights, Terrorblade will be in Metamorphosis, in which case he could probably just man-fight the Viper.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say all he really needs this game is Manta and a BKB, and that hero will... Okay, there's a Drow Ranger. We'll talk to that in a moment. But Terrorblade, all he needs this game is Manta, BKB, and he will just be shredding through the Calgary Dinos lineup. You've got Stampede, you've got Brewmaster, all these heroes to make space for you in fights, to set up kills, and I don't know if Calgary will be able to actually get to the Terrorblade, but this Drow Ranger does change things up a little bit, just because you're going to see this Ogre Drow lane, which is legitimately very difficult to deal with.
A huge frontliner to protect Drow is going to pump out the high range damage.
Yeah, so it will prevent Centaur from really getting on top of her.
But that's not for long. When
Radiant
Centaur gets a
team
blink,
back.
look at what Centaur and Panda, both blink carriers, are going to do to a Drow Ranger.
Yeah.
They have no way to save Drow. Centaur and Panda are just going to both
Team
blink on top
pick.
of the hero and eliminate her from the fight.
Dire
They
team
need
pick.
something that
Tinker?
can help.
Oh my god, look at me, I called it. I was like, I saw the Storm Spirit ban.
Why do you? Oh, the Storm Spirit.
Yeah,
ban.
they banned Storm Spirit, and I was like, it's Tinker for sure.
You know what kind of makes sense to me here? You know, is Outworld Devourer for Calgary. It saves the Drow. It deals with the illusions. It's a ranged hero.
Yeah, actually, this could have been a really good game for him, especially if this. Okay, Dragonite. So it is
Dragonite,
a support Brewmaster, I think.
Yeah, or a support Centaur.
Yeah, either or. I would say Brewmaster is probably better to have in the support role than Centaur. Because he is more of all you really need is just an ultimate on that hero. Whereas Centaur does need like the Blink Dagger, the Hood of
And he
Defiance.
scales well with farm.
Yeah.
Either regardless of who it is, I'm happy to see both of these heroes played in either of those roles. I think they're always fun to watch.
I think it was funny. We were talking about PMA getting a finesse hero, and then they just pick him up Dragonite. But I will say Dragonite actually is so good in this game. He does have the break from Viper, but the matchup from Dragonite to Tinker is fairly Tinker favored the first couple of levels. But it's kind of like what we saw on Monday. As soon as Dragon Blood kicks in and he has the bonus regen, he can kind of just sustain lane. He'll be able to fire spam out, secure his last hits, and Tinker will end up having a jungle.
Tinker can't leave, and Tinker's a hero that wants to be all over the map, but he can't let Dragonite have that tower one-on-one. Now, Truckwaffle has been demoted from support to core.
Yeah, that is a demotion for sure. In case anyone in chat was
just to clarify,
unsure.
yes, the demotion from the support role to the mid role, or not mid role, but core role. Yeah,
that's something.
However, so I'm excited. Well, as much as it's demotion, I'm excited to see him play core. However, look at this game. This is not a Viper game, as you pointed out when they picked the hero. I'm not feeling this Viper game at all. Actually, in fact, once again, after the draft, I feel that ASU has a much better position here. And I think they're not going to have a hard time winning this game, whereas I feel like Calgary's going to be fighting tooth and nail to bring this one home.
Yep. I would agree. So let's go ahead and introduce the Calgary Dinos here.
Radiant again.
Yeah, I'll start with Radiant. We got Lucy. Start with Lucy. One more time, I swear. Playing the Phoenix. Branks. Playing the Tinker. That name just I can't say. Truckwaffle on Viper. Schrodinger playing this Drow Ranger. And the Ogre Magi is being played by Asian Wolf. Do you want to do the
I would love to
ASU?
do ASU. Now, in the mid lane, PMA DotA, the Finesse Master, playing a hero that is traditionally extremely technically demanding, requires about 5,000 APM to pull off, one of the most difficult heroes in the game, Dragonite.
I agree, 100%.
Now we have ASU Airshawn playing Terrorblade, a very scary carry. ASU Kavo is going to be on Panda, repping up the support role. My girl Crystal Maiden is being played by Double Ups. And Ayin is playing a Ricky's main man, the big ol', the very deadly, the red glowing four-legged monster Centaur War Runner. Now I have a question about Centaur, and I'll ask you it after Centaur stuns and takes top rune here, unless Ogre goes for the stun first. Looks like a perfect hoot stomp, gonna hit 2, gonna secure the rune. Double Crystal Nova.
Actually taking so much damage.
That's where both their spells hit both heroes.
Yeah.
That is, like, I want the fight recap for this because it's actually going to be a very high amount of damage. And then a second Crystal Nova from CM who's carrying 3 mangoes. I love that. So they call him Centaur War Runner, Ricky, but he buys a Blink Dagger.
I've got goosebumps.
Why run when you can teleport, you know?
Yeah, he's a Centaur War Blinker in that case.
Yep.
I
actually don't know if this is support. Okay, yeah, okay. It is support Brewmaster. Yeah, okay. There's your Drunken Haze to just be cast over and over again.
Now, why the Brewmaster pick? He's not a hero we see every day, so maybe we can shed some light on this. What do you know about this Pandarian hero?
I think they just wanted to have fun with it. It's not necessarily a very good hero as a support. Actually, as we're saying, that top lane, there's a huge
Speaking of good
exchange.
support heroes, Crystal Nova once again landing on 2. CM is able to pump out a ton of damage, 130 mana cost, dealing what 260 magic damage before mitigation.
Good spell.
Extremely efficient. And she's also able to secure last hits with it. She might go for it again now while both of the heroes are grouped up. No. Ogre Magi is a hero that's not used to losing his lane. He's not used to being harassed out, but if we're going to land double Husom's, double Crystal Novas, well, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. I think Truck Waffle is going to do what he can to farm this lane. He just needs to keep making sure to harass this Centaur, and actually Centaur gets the Hoof Stomp.
There's the Crystal Nova, the slow. Centaur's going to get slowed down by the stun, and he's going to get kited by the poison attack. They're chasing Ogre, though.
Nope, doesn't get it.
Doesn't get it off. Metamorphosis is pop bottom, and Phoenix has to run away. One hit away, less than 20 HP on our boy Lucy. Drow is now being forced out of lane. Now tell me about Drow's laning phase. Is it hard for Drow to get last hits?
Very. In this lane, absolutely.
And then now she has to go Drunken Haze as well.
I don't think you wanted to put Phoenix. I think Calgary has misread these lanes pretty badly.
Hoof Stomp onto Ogre and a double Crystal Nova and a double Edge. Ogre is taken down, and we might actually see a kill on Viper. He overextends here. A snowball is thrown at him. My girl double up. So Crystal Maiden.
Wow.
In the meantime, Bree farming Terrorblade. Panda's just watching Drow Ranger. Panda, 1 point Drunken Haze, Drunken Brawler. He's just staring at Drow Ranger, not letting her even leave her tower. Well, Terrorblade is uncontested in lane. How's the CS looking?
Pretty bad.
Terrorblade's second. He's above Tinker.
Yep.
Who's Stomp on Ogre top, though. This is a non-stop fighting lane, but now we're going to see CM in maybe a bad position. No, with Boots, she makes it away.
Yeah, they got Boots on that lane, on the CM. What I was saying is I think they've misread the lanes here, because you definitely wanted to put Ogre Magi with the Drow Ranger in this lane, and
for sure.
That allows Drow to be a little bit safer in this lane. Putting Phoenix here, a hero that uses health to like cast her spells.
Actually, top lane. Sorry to interrupt you once again, but CM, she's getting a little crazy and is surrounded by two great laning fighters.
Yeah, your Centaur's not there, so that's kind of questionable.
CM is playing like she had a four-legged monster with a giant axe in the lane with her.
Yeah,
but I do agree with you. About the Drow lane. Phoenix and Drow kind of play the same way when they fight in lane. They want to keep their distance from the enemy. And so when Panda and Terrorblade run at them, they have to run away. But Ogre wants to be right in the enemy's face, so he can create the space Drow needs to actually offer her damage. Look at this. They're just running at Drow bottom lane. There's nothing she can do. There's no way she turns this fight. Phoenix has to run away too, because he's not a hero that gets in people's faces. Drow Ranger might even die. Delusion's going to chase the tower range. Does it break the potion? Oh, doesn't break the potion.
That was close.
However, it's still a victory. Drow has to wait for the regen bottom. There's nothing they can do. Do you think they should commit for the lane swap, don't you think? Or do you think they just play it out?
I don't think they want to lane swap. I think
Centaur's actually getting gone on top now. Double slowed. Oh, maybe a double hoof stomp. There it is. Does he have the double edge? Goes on the Viper. Takes the Viper out. He's very low. Ogre wants to chase Centaur. CM's trying to help, but she doesn't really offer a lot of damage. She does offer slow. Great block. Ogre has a potion taken off. Husomp shows up. PMA Dota takes the kill. Standard mid-player contribution from a gank.
Yeah, if there's anything I've known about carry contributions, it's showing up, getting a last hit, and leaving.
Schrodinger's caught out again. Bottom. Poor guy. The reflection is dodged, but the metamorphosis is going to offer a ton of damage. Great fire spirits from Lucy, slowing down the attack speed while metamorphosis is up. That saved one auto attack, which is quite a lot of regen for Drow, who actually has none.
And I mean, what we're going to see here is Brewmaster is going to get both of these runes bottom for sure. There's no way Phoenix can contest these. If he does, he'll take so much damage. Crystal Maiden. I'm just going to let Ogre take the others. So
yeah, Ogre
2 for 2 on runes. But I mean, look at Terrorblade. 30 and 16 to this Drow's 4 and 2.
Oh my god, poor Drow.
That couldn't be
Drow
worse.
is an aura. Drow... yeah, Drow started the game with more money than she has now, I think. Oh, not quite. She's up a little bit, but...
I mean, she has to go to... Okay, then she's got to stop the Ogre.
Ogre gets found top, but Centaur can't get in. There is a ward. They know he's there. So actually, Ogre getting chased out of lane by a CM. The 8 armor, 776 health here running away from the 48 damage. Mid lane, PMA Dota commits ult, and the Dragon Tail. He's going to do quite a bit of damage to Tinker here. Bring him to half. Still has the Dragon's Breath. Throws it, and Tinker is definitely going home. No mana, very little health.
Yeah.
Icarus Dive actually bottom now on Brewmaster. He's getting a taste of his own medicine.
Did he just bait this Phoenix?
But
one more auto? No.
Now is he baiting the Drow? There's the mischance and the Drunken Haze. He's going to chase her down. Drow can't fight. Drow needs a big blue beefcake here to get in the way. Or else she just has to run away every time they run at her.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower is under
And I think
Ogre
Phoenix
Magi
can
is pressuring
offer
top.
a lot of help top against this Centaur and DM even. So it is really
Phoenix
confusing
will
to
never
me.
be in position to get double Sunray.
Yeah.
Or double Sunrise. Here's the stun from CM, followed by the stun from Centaur. Double Edge. Asian Wolf has a lot of health, but it actually might be enough to get him out of here. Now Centaur's on the run. He's very low. He can't use double edge unless he wants to suicide. He gets it on the Ogre. Are they going to kill him with Crystal? Yes, they are, but the Centaur dies first, making it a better trade for Radiant.
And Reflection pop bottom just to cancel the salve of Drow Ranger. This feels
I like
so
that.
bad.
I like that. You're winning the lane that hard. It's you know that Drow's not in good headspace, and that's gonna make Drow maybe not a PMA Dota player.
Here comes
like
Ogre. Finally, Ogre rotates bottom.
Thank you. Leaving Viper alone top, however, Viper might be able to hold up his own at level 5.
He's gonna find the Brewmaster. Does he cast his
Ogre
spells?
has the slow.
Nice.
Ogre still has to go through the chance, but he might have the magic damage. I mean, Ogre Panda getting as much on Thunderclap as he can. Top lane though, CM is killed.
Finds
by
one. He's
Viper.
almost level 6.
Does he go for the double edge here?
If he gets level 6 here, he might be able to Viper Strike and get this kill.
Oh, go for it,
Staying
go for it,
around
get the
for it,
last
I
hit.
think. Yeah.
Get the Viper Strike. Does he have the damage? Will he die to return?
He will not die to return because Viper Strike won't proc it, and the single attack from Poison Attack should kill Centaur. So if he manages to stick around, he can get it. There is a regen rune top, actually. This is...
CM's smoking. CM has a soul ring. Interesting.
Mid lane, Dragon Tail
Yeah.
and Dragon's Breath. I mean, this...
Look at the levels.
Yeah, I was just about to say the same thing. Kame Dota.
Actually, going in. Oh my god. Crystal Maiden bringing roaming back, making it look good. However, PMA Dota's taking a lot of damage. Stunned under tower. The raindrops is going to mitigate some of that damage, and the Dragon Blood's going to heal him up. 34. That's a raindrop. That's a Dragon Knight. And any other hero would have died there. Ogre gets stunned. Dragon Knight runs away. Has a TP. Should be able to get away safely. Maybe a stun from Ogre. Oh, and bottom lane. Drow gets taken out, and soon the tower will be taken.
Yeah.
This is 8 minutes in. Look at this terrible.
This is game 1 all over again, man. ASU are not slowing down at all.
They know what they want to do, and Calgary doesn't know how to stop them. Crystal Maiden offering an arcane aura with an arcane rune. I like that. That style.
Tower. Yeah, your tier 1 tower bot is gone to
Watch
an off
Brewmaster,
lane
dude.
Terrorblade.
This is all Brewmaster's been doing this game. He just stands there. He's like, you can't do anything to me. Don't even come near my Terrorblade. That's what Drow needed from the Ogre Magi. You can't do anything to me. Don't go near my Drow Ranger. Now, well, top lane, Truckwaffle's getting time to farm, but is he gonna be able to pull anything off with it?
I mean, he's got a Hooded Defiance now, which is really good. There is a
Stops
lot of
pretty much
magic
makes
damage,
it
but...
so Centaur never wants to double edge the Viper, wouldn't you say?
Correct. Yeah, I mean, he's got the passive magic resistance on Viper offered by Corrosive Skin, plus the Hooded Defiance. So right now, I mean, if we look at it, he's sitting at a 56% magic resist. So pretty value. Considering, like I said, there is a lot of magic damage coming out from the side of ASU, but he doesn't. I don't think he's going to be dealing enough damage. The Drow aura will be significant once Drow hits 6, but Drow's currently level 4.5. So this Drow needs a lot of experience to
Drow
get
has
online.
2 points in the aura right now, man. If they give Drow the tome, she can't even get level 6 from it.
Yeah, she needs
Drow.
it done.
They need to give Drow the tome, and that's going to mean that someone like Phoenix level 4 is going
Ooh,
to suffer.
actually,
Phoenix might
first
suffer
dive.
that much if they catch this Brewmaster out. Fire Spirits, there's the double Thunderclap.
And they get the runes. So that's a great play by Calgary.
Yep. They're down, but they're not out. Actually, they do lose their mid tower. PMA gets the last hit. PMA is going Blink Dagger. He wants to fight. He wants to get right in there.
Calgary's lineup is ready to fight. You don't want to, like... He's against a Drow lineup. They know they don't really want to just, like, AFK farm this out. They've got the ability to go high ground with this Terrorblade, and the Centaur initiation should get them what they want in fights, so they're ready.
Yeah, and
Truck
actually,
Wall just run that down,
he's very deep, and PMA teleports for this. There's a Dragon Tail coming up. There it is, and Viper is done. Dragon Knight using his ult to let Viper know who the alpha flapper is in this engagement. Now, bottom lane, another winged hero, Terrorblade, is taken out.
Yeah.
The support squad, Drow, Ogre, and Phoenix.
Yeah,
oh wait, Drow's the core.
That is a core Drow, in fact, despite what the net worth chart would say. But that was actually the first time Gust was used, and it's actually very value because it does stop Terrorblade from getting that Sunder off, potentially netting a kill before he dies. So she's almost level 6, which is going to amplify your Drow's farm quite a bit. She'll pick up her treads hopefully around the same time, and we'll see how she does. She's just unfortunately so far behind right now.
What do you think her item progression is? Is there a different item progression from when you're ahead to when you're behind on Drow Ranger, or do you think she's going to kind of go for the same? So what do you think the Drow is going to aim to build?
Well, really quickly, that's just like a Crystal Maiden getting ran down by this Ogre Phoenix and Viper. Maybe she was going for a ward, and Ogre Magi scouted her as she was trying to run it forward. So just going to die for that. Not the biggest of deal. While top lane, you're losing your tower, but Drow, I think in this position, she's going to pick up her treads, she'll finish her Wraith Bands, and then hopefully pick up a Mask of Madness. And then you'll just see her sitting in the jungle farming. I don't think you can do anything else.
Yeah, the
only other option is to pick up stats, right? Just to pick up more and more stats. Go Wraith Band, Aquila, maybe into a Dragon Lance. But...
Well... What's difficult for this Drow is as soon as Centaur picks up a blink, Drow is going to have just a terrible game for a long time. As soon as Panda picks up a blink, Drow's not going to have a good game. It puts a lot of pressure because Drow's going to be the target. But Dragonite actually already picked up his blink. So there's just another way to get on top of Drow and keep her down, even though she's already just being stepped on.
I blame Brewmaster goes for the TP out. He just dies. Do you have ult? I'm really surprised. You didn't ult for that. You could have lived.
Wow. They have some damage coming out here. They left Viper alone, and now Viper's going to do work. He's also trying to make space for his Drow Ranger, pushing up top. PMA, however, has found Drow Ranger. Teleport's coming in. There's the Dragon Tail. Is he going to be able to kill Drow in front of the whole team? It looks like he might. Now he gets blinded, and Ogre's going to chase him away. See him getting a massive ult, but it doesn't look like she's going to accomplish much with it. Yeah, she's taken out. PMA running away. He has the Urn on him. He has the slows. There's the Sunray going to keep on him, healing the Ogre up while he chases. Another stun multicast raindrop from block 1, and Dragon Tail will slow down the Ogre.
He misses the fire spirits. And he gets the blink.
Does he have a TP? Yes, he does. They know he's there, but they can't stop him.
Wow.
Fire spirit actually hit.
Yeah, if fire spirit hit there, that would have been very good, but he misses the fire spirit. Yeah, getting a kill onto that Dragonite would have been huge.
That's what they needed. Now Drow didn't go down, did she? No, she did not. So CM actually, that still was beneficial.
Yeah, Drow lived, they got the CM kill. It did force a lot of rotations bottom, and you can see right now Terrorblade pops meta top, ready to just take down this tower.
Oh, bye-bye. They can't do anything.
Centaur... Nope, just has Hooded Defiance. Didn't go for an early blink, which I think is absolutely fine. You got your Dragon.
Look at Tinker. Tinker might get found. Actually, there's the rocket. They're going to try and stop this. Ogre's in the middle of everything. Can they catch him?
I think they could have.
Nope.
I'm surprised this Brewmaster is so conservative with his ult. Right? You want to use your ult this early in the game and get kills.
Alright, well maybe he doesn't want to commit it. They still have Metamorphosis for about a quarter of the duration. He's going to back up with it, farm some camps. Brewmaster will play around and buy him some sight, but it looks like we might have a clash. Support Ogre versus support Brewmaster, and the game is paused. Do they see each other? Oh, it seems that
Brewmaster
does not see him.
Them, but they definitely see Brewmaster.
No worries, little does he know.
Bum, bum, bum.
Well, how is this engagement going to go? They're going to stun him. They're going
Phoenix
to...
egg.
They could egg behind him, yes. Dragonite might show up. That would be really good if Dragonite actually commits the blink and then the egg falls up behind them. I don't know if they'd be able to kill it. But look at the levels. 7 and 6 versus 11 and 7. I don't know if the best thing that the dinos can get is a kill on the Brewmaster, whereas ASU could definitely kill both these supports.
I don't think you can kill Brewmaster here. He'll just ult, right? So
yeah, you're right. Look at that. Icarus dive into a CM, into a Thunderclap. Panda's the one to get the ult off. The egg is off. Panda Spirit's here. They want more than an Ogre. They're going to throw Viper into the air. Phoenix has returned, reincarnated from the ashes. And now they're going to try and chase Centaur. Ogre still has his ult. They'll run the Earth Panda away. Here we go. Blinking from Dragonite into the Dragon Tail. Phoenix has no ult. There's nothing she can do here. Actually gets the Icarus dive, still holding on to it. Dragonite is broken, so he has to try and get away. Sharpwaffle's taking this time to put out a bunch of damage. A great CM ult, but it's not doing enough. Sharpwaffle stands there and just beats everyone down. Now Centaur shows up. He doesn't want to double edge. He does double edge. He knows that Viper is very low, but he can't finish him off. TP out. A
Fire
great
blast.
stun from Ogre, staying in even though he's low HP, and they're just going to be able to kite this guy. Return's not going to do enough. Viper takes him out.
Truck
Core-
Waffle did so much damage in this fight.
I like this guy on core. I like
Yeah.
this guy on core more than I like him on
2200
core.
damage, and then Tinker also pumping out 2000 damage of their own. So they actually go in and bring this net worth lead almost even. I mean, that fight was really good for them. Truck Waffle had a lot of patience, came right around the side. So good.
Great. Dragon Knight was crazy there. He was a bit over ambitious. He blinks in, goes for the stun. It looks okay, but with Icarus dive off cooldown, Phoenix got away, and then he got Viper Strike right in the middle of the break. Had to retreat instead of offer damage to the fight, and Viper was just sitting there hitting him the whole time.
Yeah,
Viper's clawing his way back into this game for Calgary, buying his team the space they need to take fights.
Yeah, that was a really good fight, really good positioning to take that fight there for Calgary. The Nether Toxin covers that whole escape route, so he's hitting 3 people on break there, or with the Nether Toxin. Viper strikes them and just gets to auto attack, and with the Drow Aura, he does actually quite a bit of damage.
And that's what allows him to build so defensive. That's what allowed him to survive the Centaur double edge hoof stomp initiation, because he builds defensive but still has the damage output from Drow Aura. And we might see a fight here. Truck Waffle goes in. They don't want to disjoint the Viper Strike because there's a Blink Dagger, so he holds on to it. That's a very bad way to start the fight, is having your pretty much only spell, your main spell, get disjointed.
Well,
I don't think Truck Waffle could pull off what he did last fight.
Let's also note from that fight, Tinker's net worth skyrocketed, right? He picked up his Blink Dagger. He has his bots completed. He's had them
highest level of the game.
Yeah, he's very happy now.
Definitely, he can start contributing to his team. Maybe with Viper and Tinker having more presence, they might be able to make the room Drow needs to get into this game. And look at that, now Drow's getting the Bloodlust. She's getting that love and she wants from Ogre, but she is farming under Vision. Well,
Yeah, so she is opting for the Dragonlance build. I think this is fine because it is going to provide her a little bit more, tankiness. But I think
better positioning.
Yeah, I think at this point you really just need to amplify your farm on this hero if you want to stay relevant. And at that point, I think you needed to go Mask of Madness here and just run through the jungle farming.
Maybe she just wants to stay alive to give the aura to her Viper as well, because Viper's building so tanky. She wants to just like almost prioritize giving the aura to being in a position to dish out a ton of damage, because she does have to play. She will spend a lot of the beginning of the fight hiding. She has to play around the Blink Daggers.
She can't show up in fights, I don't think.
Yeah,
I really don't think
for
she
everyone
can.
to use a Blink Dagger before she can start doing anything. And if all ASU has to do is hold on to one Blink Dagger, and Drow can't show up to the fight.
So one thing to note, ASU's already got Tinker wards placed, right? They're waiting for Tinker at this point because they just want to be ready. They know he's got his boots of travel and his blink, and so they just got Tinker wards placed up. They're going to do their best to try and pick up.
I love the early Tinker wards. This is when Tinker's acceptable.
Tinker almost finds a kill on PMA Dota top, actually, but
PMA, his Dragon Knight's not doing it like his Puck was at this point in the game.
high finesse hero. This one's a little more difficult to play than Puck,
I mean,
so
it's
maybe
a
that's
slower
why.
hero though, so maybe we'll see him come online later on.
Yeah.
He comes online with items, not with mechanical spell, the same way Puck
Viper
does.
opts for the Radiance, by the way, is what it looks like.
Ooh,
So
okay,
this is a little interesting. He's got the Drow on his team, opts for the Radiance and the spell Lifesteal overgoing the attack speed at level 10. So most likely what we're gonna see...
Actually,
they find the Tinker. I just talked about this Tinker ward. They are ready for it. The
That's
CM holds.
Is he in danger? Nope.
Tinker can't see him.
Yeah, bye-bye. Great ward. That's CM got the kill too. CM spent 100 gold on that. Look what she got out of it. Worth it.
Yep, just talked about it and goes right into use. ASU is ready.
So tell me more about this very this Viper build. Being able to rely on Drow really opens up your options, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a little interesting. I think you might want to
Actually, Dragon Knight is getting slowed bottom. They're going to chase him down with an Ogre too. They have his stun. They're going to interrupt this.
His BKB
Oh,
gets
the
delivered
great
and he immediately pops it and TP's out. Mid lane
Good
Viper
or bad?
almost gets the Brewmaster, but now he's got to be careful. There is a
Centaur's
Centaur
gonna show up.
incoming.
There's the stomp. Panda wants to fight. What is Panda doing? He wants to dodge him. He's so aggressive.
That was a little interesting.
Bought his Radiance. That's a 19-minute Radiance. That's not a bad timing at all for a Viper who has a hood as well.
Yeah. I mean,
And who's fighting the enemy team 1v3 after tier 2.
So it'll be interesting. I in the past I have built this magic damage Viper before, and it crushes people. It actually does so much damage.
It
looks
also
like-
helps deal with illusions, and he's scared of the Terrorblade auto attacks and the Dragonite auto attacks with now with mischance. He's not really scared
Well,
about
Drow
damage.
gets found by the Centaur.
Great Sun Ray, but
There's
there's Stampede.
He actually
Double Edge
doesn't
is
hit
just
her
barely not
anyways.
enough. Now that's, I think right there was I don't think Drow would have lived, but I think that was an example of kind of it's a bit clunky Calgary team play, right? Like the Phoenix was unable to keep the Sunray on Drow. A team that's more comfortable together would have been communicating their paths that they wanted to walk, so that they could ensure that Sunray gets its maximum effectiveness, rather than have Drow move and Phoenix try and predict where Drow is going to move. We saw the Sunray kind of.
I think
wiggle off
Phoenix
a bit.
might have just wanted to like dive all the way down to that tower right away to try and prevent the aggression, but once he pops Stampede, there's really no saving that.
Yeah, the Drow was condemned at that point. That's the artifact keyword. Have you been following Artifact much? Are you going to get in on that Dota lore card game?
So excited. So excited.
Yeah, you know, us TI attendees with it in our Steam library, I don't know if many others can relate to our situation up here. We're also...
I haven't played the
maybe
game,
Dota... Oh, actually, Viper gets who stopped it. Why is Viper always surrounded by everybody? But look at this
But
break.
they're
He's
just
actually doing
sitting
insane amount of
under
damage. And
this
that's rage
Metaphor.
as well. They are going to eventually take him out, but he does an insane amount of damage. Great, BKB. Viper's still barely alive. Is he going to make it away? I don't think he gets away from this. Centaur is going to trade for the Viper, though. Yes, he is. Now, Dragonite's in a rough position. 2 seconds on Blink there. Can go into the trees and TP out.
Bottom tower has
Yes, he does. Icarus Dive sees him, but it's a little bit too late.
So,
Centaur
Centaur
for
for
Viper.
Viper.
Viper dies first. But
So-
a BKB charge is expended.
Yeah, this is the scary part to Viper is he does do a lot of damage with his magic damage lineup, but it does require that your team also be there because his damage dealing is relatively slow.
And the
And
long
especially
duration
when this
BKB.
Dragonite picks up a BKB like he already has, and we're most likely going to be seeing a BKB coming up from Terrorblade soon.
Of
Yep,
course,
absolutely next
Not
item.
only is he avoiding damage, but Viper went for the spell steal, so he's not just avoiding the damage. He's mitigating Viper's ability to keep himself alive because Viper's relying on that spell steal.
Yeah, Viper's gonna need a few more items. Looks like he's going for the Dragon Lance. His build is confusing to me. So no, he wants the Force Staff and everything. But at this point, I feel like if you want to fight, you have to just all in on this build.
Like maybe a Maelstrom?
Yeah, like picking up either a Maelstrom or picking up even like a...
Or would that be too defensive?
What was it?
A Shiva's Guard?
No, Shivas would be great this game. I think Maelstrom and then, or like, I think maybe picking up a BKB here as his next item and then transitioning into a more aggressive item would probably be the play. But the problem is, he's not a huge damage dealer right now.
Yeah, he wants to be, but he also wants to be surviving through these fights. Viper does not have, I mean, with the ability to cast another toxin on the ground, Viper's become a better farmer, but he's not known as a real good catch-up farmer or flash farmer. Now the Radiance though is going to help him out with that, but yeah, he wants to be able to stay alive in these fights, so he's going to rely on his spell steal and burning people down quickly. Stampede is used. Are they going to find Drow? No, great TP.
Doesn't see him. That was a great position.
Centaur a little bit late. Now is Centaur caught out. There's the Viper Strike onto the break. Not going to take any return. A lot of damage coming out, but it might not be enough. There's a slow from Ogre. They're going to take Blade Mail damage. Just a little bit to scare him away. Centaur's going to be safe. And he'll regen up with 12 HP regen. ASU PMA is farming the enemy jungle. About to lose his ult. Likely going to back up because of it. And after the BKB pickup, Dragonite's looking to get some damage.
Yeah, he needs to. He's going for... Is that Monkey King bar?
That is a Monkey King bar.
So
He doesn't
that'll
want to
deal
miss
with the
anything with
Radiance. Yeah, deal with the Radiance and potentially any butterflies that come out late game from this Ranger.
He's very hard to kill, and now he's going to be offering a ton of damage with Monkey King bar. He's going to apply a lot of pressure to Calgary to play the fights correctly.
Yes, you just find a DD rune and go right into Roshan.
Wait, was Roshan there? Cause like, what was he at half health when they started? Is that a bug?
Yeah, I think it was a bug.
Damage
yeah.
with Metamorphosis and double damage. That was a jungle creep.
Yeah, it's like that was like the equivalent of like going into the jungle and finding tomatoes on all your camps.
The dream. Alright, Bounty Rune's coming up. PMA, look at this map
Gonna
control.
get all 4. Viper, nope, not gonna get that one either. But he finishes
Viper
his
might
Dragon
wanna
Lance
take a
at
fight.
least, but still don't think
Get
it's...
this. Bottom. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, he did finish his Dragon Lance. Sorry,
This'll come in
interrupt.
handy.
And what's he go for? He wants to turn it into the full Hurricane fight. BKB popped again for PMA Dota. Was that a misplay?
Wait, really?
Top lane? I think he just hit it.
That had to be a misplay. No way, it was unintentional. Yeah,
Dire's bottom tower
sound,
is
he
under
pops the sound... whatever, sound wheel. I don't know what that's called.
Well, that's going to slow down the ASU push. We're gonna
Bot lane, actually. Viper and Dragon Knight kind of going head to head here. Viper's gonna be... I'm sorry. Viper's gonna be doing a ton of damage, but in comes the rest of the team.
Now Viper's not in a good position. He was trying to kill the CM, but that's his last effort. Both CM and Dragon Knight very low, but ultimately they're still alive, and Viper isn't.
Yeah, this is what I
Viper
talked about,
is
right?
starting to
Like,
fall.
this
Yeah.
hero needs a +1 to be fighting, and you really don't want to be falling off right now with Viper. Viper is a hero that, like, you really need to stay active. He's not a hero that farms exceptionally well, so if you just kind of roam with us with a +1, you should be able to secure several kills, but really not finding it. I think Phoenix really just needs to be sitting behind him at all times.
Yeah, I think that's a
I think
strong
if Phoenix
combo.
dies mid to the hoof stomp, bot
Phoenix
lane,
and Viper both died by the...
terribly goes down.
Affected by
Dead
the
Aegis, goodbye. And here comes
And
Crown
there's
Split.
the Panda, all we want to see. He's got the Tinker. Look how much damage the Tinker's taking.
Yeah,
He gets taken
BKB initiation for Dragon
Die.
Knight.
Centaur can't get the stomp. No, Centaur's just taunting.
Centaur, he'll get the hoof stomp. There it
Was
is.
that leg, maybe?
He's on. It's leg day right now for Centaur.
Without Metamorphosis, they're pushing.
Yeah.
I was about to say Terrorblade had Metamorphosis because you can see its ult soft cooldown, but that's not how that spell works. Metamorphosis actually just
Wrong
came up
ultimate.
though. If you
Yeah,
want to
wrong
try and
ultimate.
Yeah, his other spell. His
Crystal
other ult.
Maiden. Did they
Crystal
get her?
Maiden?
Oh, so close.
Hearts are beaten. Applause. Great play.
I didn't see that.
And we're gonna go back and farm. Now they use the Aegis. So how are they feeling? I think they're not gonna wait for the next Aegis. After how Centaur was playing, baiting his stomp, I think they're ready to put the nail in the coffin here.
I think
I think-
ASU knows they're ahead, and I think they know that they don't have too much to be afraid of. The biggest threat on Calgary is this Viper, because he does do a lot of damage. Like, we've been seeing the amount of damage he can do in fights, but I think
Can you
ASU
stand up to an MKB, BKB Dragon Knight?
No, that's the problem. Is you have the BKB finish on the Dragon Knight and the Terrorblade. So if they actually take a 5-on-5 engagement, I don't think there's any way that this Viper survives.
Yeah. And Drow, has Drow been part of this game at all?
No. I will say I'm a little disappointed with Ogre's build. He actually opted for 4 points in Ignite as opposed to getting 4 points in Bloodlust here, which would be very beneficial for the Drow Ranger. Having the Bloodlust would actually... She'd have probably 3,000 more net worth right now if she just had this Bloodlust constantly on her.
Leveling up those spells do help them fight, and they're keeping it closer in kills. They actually have more kills than they had over the entirety of last game, but it doesn't look like
Viper
they're
in
in
a lot
any
of
better
trouble.
position.
Yeah,
Yeah, Viper can't even contest this.
He actually just dies. Terribly
Does
picked up the
Terrorblade
Scotty
sunder
right before that.
CM? Does he sunder the CM?
I would.
Or does
But
he
that's
just
just
regen
me.
it? What's the cooldown?
He'll sunder
There
it.
it
He's
is.
got Tranquils on CM. He's gonna do it.
Yeah. I love it. Put it on cooldown now. And they're just going to push off that. Viper's down. They know it's one of the scariest heroes. Centaur looking to wrap, see if he can set up a flank play, but he might be the one getting wrapped on. Is he going to get spotted out here? There's the Stampede, but that looks like it's to set up bottom initiation. Everyone just blinking in. Ogre
He found the
and
Drow in the mid lane, but he's gonna get stunned out.
the Terrorblade's just Metamorphosis destroying the racks.
This fight,
Now-
this fight's happening in so many areas, and Terrorblade pops the BKB, just immediately
Phoenix
blows
gets
up.
taken
Phoenix.
out.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Yeah, BKB Metamorphosis. Oh, both carries actually metamorphosizing. A dragon and a demon. They're going to blow up the lane of Brax while the supports make space. Ogre can't hold back Centaur. Centaur's in a bit of danger, but the thing is he doesn't care. He just took a bottom lane of Brax. He's going to push Drow out. This allows Terrorblade to push down to mid. They still have a T2 to get, so Centaur's going to die. But in the meantime, a second tower, a fourth building this fight is under attack.
Yeah.
Dragonite should put the Corrosive Breath on it.
Pretty bold play by CM there to go right outside their fountain, but it's fine.
I like it. I like it.
Terrorblade, no
Now,
BKB.
ooh, look at the Sunder! And now they're going to turn it. Takes the fight route from the low ground. They're probably going to keep pushing. That's 70 seconds, 65 seconds.
That's a dieback on the Viper, is it not?
They know he can't do anything here. We didn't even buy back last fight, so
No, he
they
didn't. Okay.
oh, they're just going to go for the shrine. They don't have Dragon Knight right now. Dragon Knight looks like he's about to lose his ult. Yes, he is.
All right, so Drow went for the Gust knockback.
How do you feel about that?
I don't like it.
They are going to get on top of the Drow, but is Drow going to be able to cast Gust before he dies?
I mean, Drow needs to, but the problem is like she's never.
Drow might get jumped right here. Yeah,
Drow
there's the
getting
Thunder
jumped.
Path. What's she going to do? 4 staffs up. TPs.
So, she lives. Yeah. I was gonna say, I think you need that attack speed. You need to be dealing as much damage in these fights as possible, and the problem is like if you're gonna gust someone, the 2 people you want to gust have BKB, so it's not that big of a factor, and the only hero you're gonna get off of you. Oh my God, great Tinker ward. They find the Tinker. Blink initiation from Dragon Knight. Pops the BKB.
Sure. With Tinker down, they know they can fight. That's why he commits the BKB. It's only a 5-second one, anyways. After all the times he's been using it or wasting it. They're just ignoring backdoor protection. 2 catapults.
Okay, I love this item pickup by Dragon Knight. Goes for a moon shard, and he's just gonna keep it in his inventory. He wants
like
this attack speed.
I
He
love
wants
how
to
he's
end the game.
building. This is the I don't need no Drow Ranger. I'll get damage from my items. Look, he goes right in. Bye-bye, Ogre. Beats him down. Look at that. And then they start the fight on the right side of the fight. We're gonna see Viper go down. The 2 scariest cores are taken out. Dragon Knight does fall, but there's no way that Calgary can mount a defense at the moment. And
almost over.
Ace is not even going for the buildings. They're just going for the heroes. Phoenix can't even Icarus dive. Drow can't even Gust. Bye-bye. Now Phoenix is back, but Phoenix doesn't have an ult. What's he doing? He almost dies. He just found the Sunray gonna go out. Brewmaster goes in.
So Rampage? Rampage number 2.
2 games. ASU. One thing I love about Centaur's push is that he returns damage to towers, and it actually does a lot, because I don't believe it's reduced by armor.
Yeah, he also picked up the extra return damage.
How do you feel about the extra return damage talent? Actually, how do you feel about ASU getting 2 rampages in 2 games? Absolutely just demonstrating what
On different
team needs to
players,
be
too.
successful. Yeah. Different player, different game, different hero. ASU is here to play. Is this are you hearing playoff potential here? Because that's what it's looking like to me.
I would be blown away. Just off of this performance, I would be blown away if ASU does not make it to playoffs.
Very convincing game. They were good games. They weren't as one-sided as they are. It didn't just feel like a slaughter, but it's a little ironic. It was like a slaughter, but it wasn't like a slaughter. It was a disciplined, meticulous, just a good Dota played by ASU, and they were rewarded both games, not just by a win, but more importantly, a rampage.
Yeah, 2 rampages, right? Like each game was phenomenal. They picked lanes that in game 2, and for some reason seemed like kind of an odd laning setup, but it worked out great. I think some of that is due to the way Calgary organized their lanes, unfortunately, but ASU dominated from minute 1 in both games. They won all 3 lanes in both games. All 3 of the cores kind of snowballed through. They had a little bit of a few moments in this game where they went a little too far ahead, through a little bit of their lead, but it never looked like it was hairy for them at any point. They felt mostly in control at every stage of these games. So
For sure.
huge shout out to them.
Especially in the fights. Boy, did they feel in control in the fights. That's where it's much harder, where you have to operate under pressure, where you have to be on the same page of not just 1, but 4 other players working together, and it was smooth sailing for them. Their fights never felt like they were uncoordinated. They were fighting on multiple fronts, and they were all working well together. They were well executed fights. They comboed off each other's spells. That's what I love to see. That's what good Dota is at any level, and ASU brings that to a very high level.
Yeah,
an immortal level, you could say.
An immortal level. This is a much stronger team than we saw last year from ASU. ASU wasn't a pushover team last year by any means. They were very strong still, but to me, like seeing these teams like from last year to this year, this team looks way more prepared and much more ready to make a really serious run here in CSL, and I'm going to be keeping an eye on them for sure. This team looks insane.
I love this team. Very fun to watch, very flashy, but very well executed. I'm gonna keep my eyes on both teams, because Calgary is honestly upside to this. This is the makings for a good underdog story.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Division 2 to Division 1.
Hmm.
Little bit of resistance, but it all comes together. The teams start playing together more. They figure out what they want to do. You know, it might be a little sketchy. This is their first time in Div 1, new roster. Truck Waffle, we saw in Game 1 on support, Game 2 on core. He did great on core, but both games they weren't able to take a win off, take a win in the game against ASU. They're rough around the edges, but that's not to say that they can't pull it together and become an all-star lineup.
I agree.
This is I'm gonna be both these teams. I mean, we know they can play. Today ASU just came to play more so than Calgary did.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, any final thoughts from you just about today's games or just about CSL in general?
I'm liking Ogre Magi. I think
Yeah.
this is very fun to watch. I'm impressed that I'm loving Dragon Knight and Viper as much as I am because they're pretty standard here, just defensive lane winners, but they're being utilized in such interesting ways. The magic damage on Viper, Blink Dagger first, Dragon Knight being an initiator when he has a team with a Panda and Centaur. Um, I am just loving the strategies we're seeing employed, and it's making for very entertaining gameplay. I'm excited. This season's off to a great start, and I think it's only going to get better from here.
I agree. Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I thought both games were still very fun and very exciting to watch, despite them being despite them still being one-sided, they were still interesting and fun games to watch. So, congratulations, obviously, to Arizona State for taking the series tonight 2-0. But for Calgary, keep your heads up. You guys actually played great games, and I'm really very excited to see how you guys do later on in this season.
For sure. I'm speaking of later on this season. I'm excited to see PMA DotA some more.
Yeah, I think he's
got fast fingers and fancy feet, man.
he'll be back. He'll be back for
watch.
sure. I'd have to guess.
Although I prefer the puck. The puck was a scarier dragon than the Dragon Knight for me tonight.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's a wrap then. If you want to keep up with us, you can follow us at C Star League across social media. You can keep up with this handsome, talented gentleman, our Cryptic.
Well, thank
He
you.
is on Twitch. He's on Twitter. He's on Neopets. He's on RuneScape.
How do you know my
He's on
Neopets account? How did you know?
I mean, the highest ranked one
It's
in
back.
the world.
It's coming back this year.
He's doing it. And you can keep up with me at Carlton on social media, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Pokemon Go, Ask Jeeves.
I've been there.
Been there. Ask
Yeah.
him a lot. Ask him how his day's going. And all we ask for you is that you sit tight because we'll be back on Monday with more Collegiate Dota.
Thank you all for watching. Have a great and fantastic night.
I hope your night is as great as those games. Take care, everybody.